have serial killer tendencies, but I usually don't execute them all the time.
Cool, sound like my type.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking that maybe we could go to a graveyard sometime and chill there, have a glass of water. And
I like that.
Here, put your number in. I only have like a 2.7 inch penis.
Nice.
But like I round it up to 3 just to make myself sound better. Yeah, exactly. Could I get your number?
I suppose. 416.
I probably shouldn't have said that, but hey, at least she still responded to my texts. I'm sure you've probably seen guys say some of the dumbest things, but yet girls somehow are glued to every word they're saying like they're watching their favorite rom-com. Meanwhile, you're thinking, what the hell? Like, how does this guy not run out of things to say? You've probably been in those conversations where it's like, what do I say next? Feels like the longest 5 seconds of your life. It feels so hard for you, but yet it's so easy for some other guys. Well, let me tell you, fellas, there's one simple thing you can do to change that right away. Stop overthinking every word that comes out of your mouth. We really need to address this, guys, because if you don't stop overthinking, it's gonna be hard. And I get it. It feels easier if you plan out every detail and you know where you're going with the conversation. But here's the thing, the best conversationalists aren't the ones that say the perfect thing. They're the ones that don't stress about saying the wrong thing, right? That are just free flowing, like you were when you were a kid. Let me ask you this. When you speak to your dad, your brother, or your uncle, your best friend Merle at the bar, do you speak to him like you have a filter? Like you're holding back on what you're saying because you're afraid that you're gonna offend him or something? No, you're just talking, right? So why does she deserve a filter? When you're nervous and you're overthinking the perfect thing to say, it comes off as forced and disingenuous. And she can smell that from a mile away. You start sounding like a stiff board, like you're stuck in the mud. It's inauthentic. Nobody trusts a politician who's so rehearsed and so full of shit that you can see it coming out of his eyeballs. And speaking like this, I am trying to be perfect. Keep watching, because what I'm gonna tell you next is going to change how you approach every single conversation with women. You'll never run out of things to say again, and you'll instantly start to see a shift in how women respond to you. They'll start to chase you now. Step number 2 is just get curious. Focus on her, not you. Curiosity is the key, guys. Curiosity didn't kill the cat, but did it make the kittens? I don't know. If you want to level up your conversations, embrace childlike curiosity. I used to think you had to be really smart and impress women with how intelligent you were. I was super insecure with how dumb I thought I was for a while. But what I started to learn was the best conversationalists aren't the ones talking about how smart they are. They're the ones who are genuinely listening and curious. Here's the thing, you're not gonna be good at listening if you're constantly thinking about yourself. Focus on her. Dive deeper into her world. Forget about how her ass looks in those jeans, but god damn, her ass is fat. Get to know her mind. If you're always thinking, what do I say next? You're not really hearing her. You're just waiting for your turn to talk. We've all met that guy, right? He's just waiting for his chance to jump in and either tell a story or talk about himself. So shift the focus. Instead of worrying about what you're gonna say, think about what makes her passionate, what makes her tick, what gets her excited. If you're genuinely curious, your words will start to flow naturally, and that's what we want here, fellas. All right, next up, everybody loves the sweet sound of their own name. One of the easiest ways to build rapport and make her feel special is to use her name when you're having conversations with her. Sounds simple, right? But it's surprisingly powerful. Now here's the key, okay? Make sure you pronounce it right. If it's a name you haven't heard before, make sure you say it 3 or 4 times to get it right. I used to be terrible with names. I would always fail the classic, so what's my name? Test. And I'd have girls walk away left, right, and center because I couldn't remember. Trust me, you don't want to be that guy because it is frustrating as putting in all that work and then that's it. Once you've got her name, use it throughout the conversation. And here's another tip. When you speak to her and you see her eyes light up about that one thing, hold on to that. When someone's talking about something they really care about, you can tell right away. It's like their whole vibe changes. And when you recall that thing later on, it shows that you're listening, you're paying attention, and that you genuinely care about what she's saying. Let me give you an example here, guys. I was hanging out with a girl recently and she told me about how much she hates her job. She said she felt drained after work. But then later on, she mentioned that she really likes doing her nails and she wants to start her own business one day. Now her eyes were lighting up and I could tell she was really passionate about it. So as soon as she slipped into that negative headspace about work, boom, I redirected the conversation. That's it, I'm calling up your boss tomorrow. I'm telling him you quit and you're gonna start that nail salon. Then on top of that, I added, your nails are looking good today, by the way. The new color, isn't it? And she lit right up. Her mood completely shifted. Sometimes you have to take control of that steering wheel and steer it into more positive waves. Nobody wants to think negatively. but they do. She's going to reassociate the emotion she had when she was talking to you, so why not make her feel positive, understood, and heard? Number 4, talk to more people every day. You get better at conversations by talking to more people. Seriously, most guys talk to the same old people every single day. Their work buddies, their best friend chives, Lars from accounting. And that's fine, but if you really want to improve your social skills, you've got to start talking to more people, even if it's just for a quick chat. Random people in the elevator, the barista at your cafe, right? More people at your gym, the random old guy sitting there spread eagle naked in the sauna, whatever. Talk to more old people, guys. You can learn a lot from old people. They're not glued to their phones, they're entertaining, they have stories to share. The more you get better at talking to a variety of people, the better you get at talking about a variety of different conversational topics. You can be prepared to take the conversation anywhere. It's not always about being smooth here, guys, okay? It's about making people feel understood and heard and making them feel good. It's about learning how to adapt to different personalities, and the key to that, being able to read the room. When you get comfortable talking to all different kinds of people, your social skills will improve in ways that you never thought they could. Number 5, always be learning. If you're not expanding your mind, you're falling behind. You can listen to podcasts with interesting guests. I recommend The Mindset Mentor, School of Greatness, Diary of a CEO, one with Chris Williamson that I can't think of the name of right now. Read more books that open up new ways of thinking. Take improv classes, guys, they're fun and they'll teach you how to think on the fly, fast. Traveling also helped me a ton too. It gives you some seriously interesting stories to tell, like seeing the world's largest salt flats in Bolivia, or watching a guy so drunk that he was swinging around the room on a chandelier, accidentally kicking people in the face. That's gotta hurt. I forgot to mention he was screaming like he was George of the Jungle. When you meet people from different backgrounds, cultures, or ways of life, it gives you way more to talk about. And when you connect with women from similar backgrounds, it creates an even more deeper connection. You'll have more to share and more experiences to relate to. When you can hold a conversation with all kinds of people, your ability to read the room and adapt to different personalities skyrockets. Women notice that. When you can work a room, oh my God, trust me fellas, they're paying attention, and that's a major turn on. Now, if you're having trouble attracting the kind of women that you want in your life, hit the link in my description or pinned comment below. We'll hop on a call, we'll figure out what's holding you back, and let's get you that dream dating life you've always wanted.